Right. First, let me introduce myself. So my name is Dragica Grozdanic, and I'm working as an agronomist in Biotonics, which is actually the sister company of Fitzgerald Nursery. So I'm going to talk this evening about our approach to better efficiency and sustainability in our businesses. So as I already start, I would like to first introduce our company. So Fitzgerald Nursery and Biotonics are family-owned and managed business that specialized in the production of ornamental grasses sedge, which is known as evercolor, foliage plant, which is known as a my plant, edible superfoods, which is the chef's bar, and then the plant ingredients was done by Biotonics. Also, I would like to add here that we are working on the development of the known as orphan crops, or as I would call them, exotic crops, such as a yacon, such as a leuco, oca, colocasia, dioscorea, and wasabi. So as I start already the topic, so some of our approaches to the better efficiency and sustainability in our sector, one of them is actually the collecting or the harvesting the rainwater and our filtration system. This system is actually simply laid out technologically managed system for the collection, filtration, decontamination, and the storage of the rain, drain, and recycled irrigation water and the fertilizer for further recycling. We have at our site a total of 6 tanks and 1 tank as a reserve with the water from the well. All of our 6 rainwater tanks are actually interconnected, so the water level in each is approximately leveled. It works on a very simple principle. So it's collecting the rainwater from the rooftops of the glass houses and the irrigation water collected from the benches. But I'm going to talk about that in my next slide. That water, once it's collected, it goes through the gutters into the tanks, which we call rainwater tanks. Once the water is in rainwater tanks, it goes through the UF, or ultrafiltration system, where it's filtered and then it's transferred to the filtered water tank. When it needs, it goes through the dosatron and then it's applied through the feeding system, which we usually have for some of our crop in the way of overheads feeding. I'm going to show you some of our pictures of our tanks at the system. So as you can see on the left-hand side, you can see the gutter, how it's bringing basically the gutter, which is bringing the water to the rainwater tank. Once that rain is in, or the water is in that rainwater tank, it goes into that UF system, goes through the UF system, and once it's filtered, it goes in, as we will call it, in the clean filtered water tanks. Our second system, what we use as a let's say sustainable system, it's kind of nuanced system, which investment was in 2020, and it's called ebb and flow system. This fundamental principle of the ebb and flow system relies on the fertilized and aerated water for plant nutrition and oxygenation to the plant root zone by the floating drainable benches. Once that water is drained through the bench, it is going in these gutters and it is transferred to the tanks, and then later on it's again reused. This system functions on basically it actually functions on the principle of the 2 processes. One process is, which I already said in the slide before. So we have a collection of the dirty rainwater, and then it goes to the clean rainwater after filtration. Then we have a second one, which is that ebb and flow system, which is collecting the dirty drain water, and after filtration, it becomes a clean drain water, which can be later on again reused. So basically, the system is the same as a collection of the harvesting of the rainwater. So water is collected from the drainage. It is transferred to the drain water tank. After that, it goes through the ultrafiltration system, and then it is transferred to the special filter water tank where it's stored or, as I said, reused. This is some of the parts of the event flow system, such as how it looks our benches with as you can see, the point of the drain of the drain. Then you can see how the water then goes through these gutters. Then it goes to the tank, and after tank it goes in through the filtration, and then it goes in the filtered water tank, where if it's reused, it goes through the system where it's connected with the fertilizer, and then it's applied again to the plants. The third one system, what we have put it in place, it's called gas and air to heat energy system. This actually system is mainly used for our glasshouse propagation purposes and also for work and office areas. The most recent data from 2022 is that we use currently 50% of the natural gas and then 50% of the bio-LPG gas. From the 2021, the ratio was a little bit different, so 40 to 60, but as all of this situation happening in the world, unfortunately, we had to go to this ratio, but we hope so that's going to change soon. Our system has 5 gas burners and 3 gas air to heat pumps. And each of our glasshouse area or zone is actually temperature regulated independently based on the specific crop requirements for each stage of the plant development. Generally, this system is used between October to March, but sometimes it can be some exceptions because of the weather. Company product selection process has managed to involve low temperature crops for export markets with a high value per unit of square meter. Our fourth system, what we put it in the place, it's actually the newest one, and it's investment from 2021. The system is called light energy system. We are using Philips Green Power 520 watt light system with a high light output of up to 2,650 micromole per Siemens with a high efficiency of up to 3.7 micromole joules. This system optimizes crop growth, matching the heat input to optimize energy usage, crop quality, and reducing operating costs. In the first 4 weeks for newly inserted tissue culture raised plants are the crucial to encourage their growth, especially during the winter months and spreading the labor units across the year. The lights are connected to an external light sensor, which works on the principle of supplementation of available natural level of sunlight. So for example, if the light level is less than 15 kilolux per hour, the system will be activated. On the other hand, if the daily light level does not fall below 15 kilolux, then there will not be a need to compensate for the light level. Usually, this system is activated from the 6 in the morning to the 6 in the evening. The fifth one system, what we have put it in place, is thermal screen energy system. All our glasshouse areas has automatically controlled multi-purpose thermal and shading screens. The principle is based on the lightning level intensity and the temperature to reduce the heat transfer and or to conserve the heat collected during the day. The heat obtained through the natural sunlight radiation absorbed by the floor and infrastructure is released as a heat through the night. Each different glasshouse area have a different regimes, which is based on the stage of the plant growth. A newly propagated plants require more protection from the higher light levels, while the more mature plants are not as sensitive to the light temperature changes. This system actually is generally used between October and April, but it's also beneficial through the whole year around, as on the hot days, the foil strips reflect light and prevent overheating, while during the cold periods, it can reduce the heat loss. And then the last one system, what we are already using or like we are investing in it, is from 2016. And it's actually something what everybody now put a big point on it, and that's actually the carbon offset. So the carbon offset and pollinator actions, We have over 12 acres of native wetland and woodlands, plantations, and the wildflowers surrounding the nursery. It helps to offset some of the CO2 emissions generated on site, as well as the visible increases in insect and the bird population. The carbon sequestration and wildlife enhancement policy has been in place since 2016, and investments are being made on an annual basis to enhance this impact. So basically, this is for now the six systems what we have put it in place, but we also hope so that we will invest in some other ones. But as I said, we all see this situation, what is happening in the world. So it is just a matter of time when, when we are going to invest in something else, because in the end of the day, I think we all want to come to be as more as possible independent. Thank you so much for your attention.